Dear friends of photography out there, if you haven't noticed, Lightroom 4 is out, and today I will give you a quick tour through this amazing program. Adobe did a great job. They rework the whole process of and algorithms for raw processing, and I guess I will have a big problem over the next month because I have to rework all the photos from the last years, because the results are so amazing, so great. But I think it's worth to rethink the dynamics of some single photos. So what's new in Lightroom 4? Those of you who have bought this program already noticed that it's getting very cheap and affordable, also for beginners. So this is a big thing, and I think we have to thank the new politics of Apple and the reducing of the price from Aperture, because it's very cheap. Aperture becomes very cheap compared to the old Lightroom. So what is also new, and the most important thing, is that Adobe rearranged the sliders you normally use to make the retouching on your RAW file. And I will show you this on a photo. I will take a switch to this photo, just wait. An old processed photo I've done in Norway, and as you can see here on this sign, this means that it's the old version. And if you click on this exclamation mark, you will have the new version, or it's converted to the new version, and it's very different. I will show you. Just create a virtual copy, and when I switch to the new version, you see it's a totally different photo, even though the sliders are not in zero position in the middle. The normal position when you have an unprocessed photo. The reason why is very easy, because the engine is totally rewritten for the raw processing. And you see the differences here. There's a new arrangement of the sliders, and it's a little bit confusing, but you will get used to it very easy. Have new names. Some of them kept the old names. Even though they have the old names, they have different functions. This is very frustrating. If you work in old patterns, you get used in the old Lightroom. If you click on the exposure slider over there, you see the area of influence here in the histogram. It's a little bit light compared to the other region. And this is the new area of effect of the exposure slider. And you can see here in the old version, if you click on the exposure slider, it's a wider area of effect, and you will see the differences. If you grab in the histogram and pull and stretch it, you see there's a large area that is moving compared to the new area. If I grab in the new area, it's a different movement of the histogram. Adobe said that exposure has become a cross between exposure and brightness. In the old version, I didn't use, in landscape photography, I didn't use the brightness slider over here very often. The highlights and shadows sliders are new tone mapping controls. You can use them to recover missing highlight or shadow details, and the area of effect is similar, as you can see here over there in the shadows area. It's similar to the old version. The whites and blacks effects clipping, you can use the whites slider or the whites grab in the whites area to reduce the clipping. Now it's working better when you're working from top to down. When you're using the clarity slider, you will get less halo effects on your photos, and this is also new, and the new clarity's algorithm take advantage of the new adaptive tone mapping and the edge preserving characteristics of the tone maps algorithm. When you get used to the new arrangement of the sliders, you will get a better feeling of control. Combined with the local adjustment brush over here, it's a total new way of retouching a raw file. The local adjustment tool now offers more options, and it also offers more control. Remember the good old days in Lightroom 3, even on my new MacBook Pro, it was very laggy if you brush with the tool here, and you get great results. There are lots of creative possibilities with the local adjustment brush. I will show you an example here on this photo. Just wait, and this is new. You see, this is a retouching I've done on this photo, and I think the new version looks gorgeous compared to the old version. Here you have lots of highlights that burn out the structure of the surface, and on the new version it's there's more structure here, and the reason why is I used this local adjustment brush over here. That's nothing new, but normally I didn't use it very often because it was so laggy and it was not precise, and you don't have the function you need. And most of the time this kind of retouching I've done in Photoshop, and I think those days are over now. And you can see here, this is a critical area. You can see this area. It's not only critical because it's unsharp, but that's not a problem of this photo. If you switch off the local brush, you see it's very, very dark, and you can work on this area with this local brush adjustment. As you can see here, it's filled. If you're pressing the Alt key, you can see it's the area of effect is now red, and you can see you can locally adjust this area, and you get a totally different photo compared to the other one. But let me show you maybe a better example of this wow effect you will get compared the old days in Lightroom 3 and the new days in Lightroom 4. I will show you this photo I took in France, in North France, from the castle Saint-Mont-Michel, and this is the unretouched raw file. It's coming out of the camera, and you see it's a very tricky light situation. The sun was covered from the clouds, and the sun was somewhere over there, and it's far behind the castle, and you don't have lots of areas of contrast, so it's not very contrasty, this photo. And I have reworked on this photo here, and I will show you, just wait, I will show you the retouch version with Lightroom 3. As you can see, it's quite a nice retouching. It's the first photo on my slideshow on my homepage, and but if you compare this photo with the one I've retouched in Lightroom 4, you will see the differences. Just wait. Wow, isn't that great? The reason why this photo looks so different is you have more control in these different areas, and you can precisely touch and work on this. And the next thing is the local adjustment brush offers you so many differences. You see, I adjust the brush very, very precise around the structures of the castle. It's very, very precise around the corners and the edges here. there's so many possibilities you have with a local adjustment brush. I will show you another photo I've made in Denmark. This is the unprocessed raw file. As you can see, it's not very crispy, and this is not what ice should look like. And I will show you the version I have done in Lightroom 3, and it's quite impressive what you can do out of a raw file. And but compared to the new version, I will show you the new version from Lightroom 4, retouching Lightroom 4. It's quite amazing what you can do with the new algorithms of Lightroom 4. And here's another example I will show you about the local adjustment brush. You can see here the horizon, the trees over there. Just wait. Very, very precise. The precision comes from auto masking. If you switch on or switch off the auto masking and you brush with a local adjustment brush, it will fit precisely, and it's similar to the function in aperture. Aperture guys know what I mean now. And also local adjustment layers, local adjustment brushes are used over here and also over here, darken the highlight areas. And I will show you another example. This is a photo from Mecklenburg-Vorpommern, precisely the island Rügen, and it's very critical because of the highlights. You can see the highlights over here, and this is the unprocessed raw data coming straight out of the camera. And you can see what I've done to this photo in Lightroom 3. I want to have this blue sky, and yeah, it's very critical. And you see it's there are lots of overcast areas, and you have lots of noise here, and it's looking quite fine, but compared to the new version of I've retouched in Lightroom 4, see here, it's a total different photo, and I like the new version more. And if you have a look at the area here, there's less noise, and this is also new to Lightroom 4, that the noise reduction works better than in Lightroom 3, which was not so bad at all. But I can show you another photo where you can see the possibilities of retouching with a local adjustment brush. This is a not very nice photo coming straight out of the camera. It's shot in Denmark, and it's not very contrasty, and I've done my best in the raw processing in Lightroom 3, and it's looking quite nice, but yeah, it was very tricky. And I retouched it in Lightroom 4, and you can see it's a totally different photo. And the trick here is to use different temperatures, and therefore using the adjustment brush, you can see here it's masked, this yeah, this line of poles over there, and I use a different temperature on them. So I made it a little bit colder to look to let the water look a little bit more blue. But if you switch off the local adjustment brush over here, it's not so warm anymore also there, but I like the warm tones over here. What also works great is the spot removal tool, or the stamp tool. You can get this if you press the key Q. And as you can see here, I stamped away this whole area, and the functionality of stamping in the new Lightroom 4 is also improved, and this was normally a process I've done in the early days in Photoshop, because Photoshop did a better job with stamping. And I can show you another photo which shows the possibilities of the new Lightroom 4. I will show you the unprocessed raw data here. It's shot in Norway, and as you can see, there's lots of drama in the sky here, and the colors are quite nice, and the surface is full of structure. But I think this is also critical in the old Lightroom 3 days, that you will gain lots of contrast, and in areas where you don't want it. For example, here with water. I show you the example of retouching in Lightroom 4, and as you can see, the contrast is not so high, it's not so crispy. The reason why is that the clarity slider works better in Lightroom 4 than in Lightroom 3, and also here you can see a nice example of masking with local adjustment brush. I will show you this, the trick with the horizon. This is very critical here with the overcast area where the sun is going down. I will show you the original photo. It's very burnt. Oops, it's burned out here compared to the retouched version. There's more structure in the sky, and also you can see here I use a local adjustment brush to give the clouds more structure, even more drama compared to the old one. This was a quick walkthrough through Lightroom 4. I think the main advantage of Lightroom 4 is that you have the feeling to work on a photo. I know many Photoshop guys that are working in different layers and with different blendings, and I think it's not necessary anymore to work so much with layers and blendings in Photoshop, because you have this good working local adjustment brush, and it gives you the feeling to work on one object and not in different layers. And this is something I have missed compared to Aperture. I've missed in Lightroom, and I think Adobe did a great job, and we should thank Adobe. Okay, this was my quick tour through Lightroom 4. I hope you enjoyed it, and stay tuned. Maybe I will make a sequel of this adventure in Lightroom 4. This was Olaf Bathke from Germany. Have a nice time. See you. Bye bye.